and one prominent GOP candidate nowhere near Sin City today. That is Ohio Governor John Kasich, who's campaigning in Georgia. He's making stops in Atlanta and Sandy Springs to make his pitch to Super Tuesday voters. He shared his vision with Stuart Varney this morning on Fox Business. Listen.
I clearly have the best record, the best accomplishments of anybody in the race. You know, I balanced the federal budget with my friend Pete Domenici. We created a lot of jobs. We had surpluses. We paid down debt, reformed welfare. I was a Pentagon reformer.
Well, new polls show Governor Kasich solidly in second place in his home state of Iowa, polling just 5 points behind Ohio, polling just 5 points behind billionaire Donald Trump in the Buckeye State. And that's basically within the margin of error, folks. But does the last governor standing have enough support to make that last-minute push at Trump? With us now, Trent Duffy. He's communications advisor for Governor John Kasich's presidential campaign. First to Nevada, or beyond Nevada, because Governor Kasich is not there. What does he stand to win by moving on to Super Tuesday states?
Well, we're running advertising in Nevada, so we'll see what happens there. But he is moving on to Super Tuesday because that's the path to his nomination. He is in Georgia today, as you noted. He'll be in Mississippi tomorrow, where Senator Trent Lott is running his organizational effort, then on to Louisiana, then on to Texas, where he's picked up 2 key endorsements from newspapers. And then he's going to be going on to Tennessee, which opens his pathway to Michigan, and then the winner-take-all in Ohio. That's the plan that he's always had in place, and everything that's had to happen for John Kasich to win the nomination is happening. He did well in New Hampshire. He's competed in South Carolina. He's cleared the governor's lane, and he is going to now be able to show his record of accomplishment to the Republican voters and to independents. Well,
it's interesting. You know, you talk about a record of accomplishment. He actually has a record. He's not a first-time anything. He's not a first-season anybody. And he's been in this game as a congressman and, of course, governor of Ohio, where he was extremely successful at the worst possible time, and that would be during the recession. However, you know, when you're polling second in your own state of Ohio, why isn't he winning in his state of Ohio?
Well, as you pointed out, he's almost tied. If you talk about the margin of error, I think it's like 5 points, and no one's going to beat John Kasich in Ohio. We have the best ground game there. He won re-election with 65% of the vote, Liz, including 25% of the African-American vote, which shows his crossover appeal. And the way you judge your own strength is by who's attacking you, and who's attacking John Kasich is Hillary Clinton. He attacked us twice yesterday because she fears John Kasich's candidacy in a general election more than any other person. 2 polls out last week showed him with the biggest margin of any Republican candidate to beat Hillary Clinton. And that's, when we think about November, we've got to remember that this country's pretty split, and it's usually those 1%, 2%, 3% of independents and center-right voters that decide it. And those people are going to vote for John Kasich.
You know, it's funny, when things get ugly in the world, my mother always says, rise above it. And in a way, with all the mudslinging, particularly in the GOP party right now, John Kasich has done just that. He's risen above the mudslinging that's been worthy, I guess, of the World Wrestling Federation. And you look at that and you say, all right, he is looking at something bigger and better, and that is the trust of the American people. However, there's a piece in Politico running right now that says that big names like Tim Pawlenty are suggesting that he step out of the race so that Marco Rubio has a better shot. That's got to be annoying as heck right now. So what does he do with that?
Well, you're always going to have those kinds of speculative comments from people. But the fact of the matter is the establishment was wrong about Governor Bush, and they're probably wrong about Senator Rubio right now. The fact of the matter is there's a long way to go in this primary race, and people are just now still starting to understand that impressive record of achievement that Governor Kasich and Chairman Kasich of the Budget Committee, who led the most conservative transformation of the federal government in our generation, has had. And the more people see both his record as well as his attitude of unifying America and leading us forward together, that gives us a chance to move forward and secure the nomination.
Imagine that, unifying. Wow. Some people really hope for something like that. Hey, listen, it's great to see you, Trent. Keep us posted. Good to have you.
Thank you, Liz.
Trent Duffy is Kasich for President National Communications Advisor.